Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Okay, ready?
They'll start on the ground with Swift. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
And he's got it to about the 40. The Lions had 15-1 on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Warriors 17, 19 tight, 19 tight.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Let's go.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hold it ready. Broncos.
They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Off play action, Tannehill. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run right here with Swift. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the option to give to Swift here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
18 rebel.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Come on. Dragon 60. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. Hey, pass.
They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. To throw is Tannehill. catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Vikings.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They run again on first down, Cook. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. This pass outright to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
It's Tannehill. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll run with Cook. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They try again with Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. On the move to his left. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings 7, Lions nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 19 Lions. Cowboy 80.
Swift going to try up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
He'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. They'll set up to throw. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Crack on 80.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Pass to 60, pass to 60. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter with Cook. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Lions will take over.
Ready?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, 79 yards. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Vikings take over first and 10. Their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This is taken just shy of... Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On first down, it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go, here we go.
Left side, Cook.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Fourth down, Tannehill shoves him aside.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Vikings.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
The key here, as it usually is, protection. Love the design of this one because they leaked the running back out and sent him down the field. But you've got to give a quarterback time to locate him. They did for a nice play.
Trap 50, trap 50. Come back in, come back in.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 11, Panther 11.
2nd and 5. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Tannehill. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. And I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That pass caught. It's Williams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Back and 60. Tiger, 19, Tiger. Nothing, 19.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust it first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, smash Broncos! Seven Pirates! Hustle, hustle, hustle!
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 19 Lions.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got this, complete to Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Sharp's got it left side. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Ready?
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready? 60 Bobcats! 60 Bobcats!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
105 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and you hit him over the top.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Tannehill. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a hole. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. And he's got this to Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and it happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Minnesota,
They get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7.
and that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Detroit, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time.